Our next speaker is Mr. Sampath Trimavithana, Head of Talent Development, Sri Lanka and Asia Pacific at Virtusa. He is also the founding director of Sponge Global Learning. He currently serves as the chairman of the ICT Industry Skill Council and as an advisor to the Ministry of Education in the vocational sector. Additionally, he is a general council member of SLASCOM, where he actively contributes to the graduate to career framework. He obtained his MBA specializing in marketing and HR and a Master of Science in Business Analytics and Intelligence from Robert Gordon University, Scotland. He has over 2 decades of experience in managerial capacity. So ladies and gentlemen, let's warmly welcome this wonderful speaker, Mr. Sampath Trimavithana, up on the stage.
Good evening, everyone, and first of all, thank you very much for inviting me for this launching ceremony, and I would like to congratulate the university, as Dr. Ramesh mentioned, for launching this. It's a very timely initiative, and at the same time, I would like to congratulate the first batch. I think the students are also here for selecting a field which is in demand, as Dr. mentioned. I was speaking a couple of weeks back at the University of Sri Jawadanapura as well for the humanities division. There was about 18 departments, which is like history, anthropology, all the other, Pali, Buddhist, and how, as Doctor mentioned, these technologies are going to impact, and we are in this period of transition. All these industries are going to be aware of this. So I'll speak a few words from the industry perspective. So yes, there is a tech and a talent transformation is happening, and we get to see in the organizations. So when we work with top tier clients, most of these organizations, they are the ones who are pushing these organizations to kind of, go to the next level. So we have to be always be ahead of the curve. So if you look at the last 5 years, the tech transformations taking place. For an example, 2015, like in the years of 2015, 2016, there was a whole hype for cloud. And then we will see the talent transformation follows, right? So the whole organization needs to be now certified on cloud platforms, right? Everybody wants to get their AWS certifications, GCP, right? Azure. We saw later on data and analytics, big data, then IoT, as Dr. Ramesh mentioned. And yes, now the whole thing is on the AI, Gen AI, and then of course, there are a lot of discussions which is taking place. Sometimes we are also not very clear about how that is going to be impacting the organizations. Now there are certain changes already taken place. For example, our engineers are becoming more prompt engineers, and we need to kind of reskill them on these, right? And some of those, what Dr. mentioned has been now coming into some of the tools as well. For example, even you all know, because I'm talking to a techie audience, right? Your IDs are anyway going to adopt these, prompt-based engineering technologies. Einstein had an IQ about 160, they say, right? And the Chat GPT 3.5. Of course, you can't apply the general IQ, the score, but at least the language or the verbal IQ, mathematics IQ is about 150. This is 3.5. GPT 4 plus, probably 10x more than the 3.5, they say. The smartest person in the room is going to be a machine. So what are we going to do? Right? So we as a company also is thinking about this, and we also rebranded ourselves even because we wanted to start as an initiative. Again, Doctor mentioned that about this engineering mindset. So now we also go as engineering first, right? So that was our brandings, because the reason is the employees will have to be, all of us will have to build that mindset, the engineering mindset. Of course, all these things are available, right? Your components are available, the cloud is there, of course, your libraries to whatever, LLMs, all these things are available. But still, kind of getting these things, putting this thing together, and creating something of value is still going to be a daunting task, and that is what is left for us. But probably they say the Moore's law that we learned long time back, where transistors are going to get doubled in a chip like every 2 years. They say the AI will go faster. And I'm sure I was just having a brief chat with doctor asking when will we achieve the AGI status. It's the new nuclear thing, right? The guys who will be going into that will control the world kind of thing. So a few thoughts for the university, the role of the university we are working with about 30 plus private public universities. We work very closely with them. And I wanted to give a word of appreciation for all the universities. Universities trying their best, even though it's difficult to change curriculums in a quick iterations. I mean, it's not only for the universities, it's a daunting task for us as well. Because those days we used to have our own curriculums. I mean, I know since I've been into training and development, we had our curriculums, we had our facilitators, we do train the trainers, and then trying to upskill, cross-skill these people, but it's not anymore because the things are changing so fast. So we have to kind of adapt what is out there. And it's more like curation job that you need to do because there's a lot of knowledge out there available. And, now there is a huge value for the ones who will curate this information and validate even someone who's coming out saying that this person is of particular caliber. That's from a university's perspective. And my final words is for the students who's coming here. Yes, university could try, the faculty could try their best. You can have all the curriculums as of now updated. There's a huge responsibility for the students because you cannot solely depend on the university, the faculty, or whatever the content that is being kind of included into any degree, because even during the degree, the things could change and change at a rapid pace. And these days, it is all about how good are you in your learnability and how open are you and how open are you for absorbing like a sponge the knowledge. And there are quite a lot of content out there, right? So for an example, now, the entire Stanford, the lectures are there, 2 hours, 3 hours lectures are there. And also if you look at channels like Y Combinator, you can learn a lot about, entrepreneurs and how they do these startups, how are they going to scale these things, this is available. Maybe the university, this degree will provide you an opportunity to spend that time. For all the students here, I think use this particular number of years in order that the university is giving this degree program can be your purpose. But that time, not only restrict you to whatever you do, but try to open your mind and try to look at the future opportunities that you have. One more thing if I'm going to mention you, so there is, as Doctor mentioned, there is a creator economy out there, right? For example, you can start working for companies, high-end companies, obviously, right? You can try for that, like Google's to OpenAI's to Microsoft to Meta to whatever the names. And then you have other platforms, right? I mean, I'm not going to talk about AI because there's a lot that Doctor mentioned in the previous speech. But there is a lot which is happening in other larger platforms as well. For an example, there are a lot of opportunities for platforms like Salesforce and ServiceNow, and these type of larger organizations, larger platforms are also going to thrive, right? They are going to call them low code, no code. That means there are not high-end coding required, but that engineering mindset is required in order to create solutions. And then in very highly contested, which we call a red ocean is where still it will be there, right? For you to create your apps and the websites and this and that kind of thing. So that space. But also there will be a support economy coming in as well. For an example, there is an aging population. You know that, right? In your innovation curve, you have the innovators, the early adopters, the late majority, and then you have the laggards, right? So there is a whole society now need to transform into new. So there are a lot of opportunities for all of you in order to get involved in helping them. And everything in the world is going to turn into IT related. The cars are becoming, all data driven, auto driving, whatever, right? So that means that they are going to break as well. So obviously there will be people who needs to kind of support that, right? But a lot of opportunity for helping, supporting, fixing, right? At the same time, so there's a lot of opportunities. So don't try to restrict yourself only to this traditional employment mindset. Think bigger, right? Thank you very much. And thanks again for university for inviting us, and we'll continue to support this program. And thanks again for all of you, and wish you all the best and have a great future. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mr. Trimavithana, for your thought-provoking speech. We are truly honored to have you with us today, and we look forward to carrying the inspiration you have provided into our future endeavors. May I kindly request you to come back on stage, as we would like to show our gratitude for your contributions today. So to do the honors, let me invite Professor Juan Fernando on stage to present the token of appreciation to Mr. Sampath Trimavithana. Now, to break